Lady Sun and the whole Yi. And then over to the side of EKS, we have the Mayeen finally taken off the board, and then the Elaine.
Yeah, I mean, Seiza has to go all the way down to the Marco Polo, so I thought it was actually going to be the Durenji, because a lot of players have defaulted back to the Durenji once the likes of the Ali and the Long are off the board, but this might be one of the first times we've seen Marco Polo as well. We know that he could be a super aggressive in the farm lane. You can go in with the ultimate, spin to win, do a bunch of damage, but Musang King on Luna. My God, this LGD gaming team looks scary. If I was playing against LGD right now, gaming, like, all I'm seeing is just aggression.
Yeah.
Guan Yu wants to go in. Yeah. Luna dashing in. Shofei dashing in. Mai Shiranui dashing in. Where's the safety net here for VKS? How do VKS survive against this composition?
There's none. I mean, if you look over to the side of VKS, you may be able to get the Dharma to try and push them into a direction that isn't going to be onto the likes of either the Shangguan or the Marco Polo. But then you got Danny on that real comfort pick for the Hino as well. So I can imagine, yes, it's super aggressive on the side of LGD Gaming. I can only hope VKS are prepared for this because, like you were saying, Stu, there's so much dashes. There's the knockups, there's the push away from Mai Shiranui. And then if we're going to see what we've been seeing for the past 2 maps and VKS don't get any dominance on that map, that those Azure Golems are going to all go over to Luna. We know how dependent that hero is on that Sage Golem pick. But already right now, we're seeing the Mai Shiranui being super aggressive.
Yeah, I felt like VKS have picked this squad to try and kind of counteract the aggression from LGD Gaming, because we know LGD Gaming has been super aggressive with trying to invade, trying to get as many resources away from VKS as possible. But the likes of the Shangguan could do really well. Hino could do really well as just being that body block for VKS, allowing the likes of Dharma and also the Shangguan to dive in. We know that with this jungle Hino, he is going to go for a tank build.
Yes, it would be a detriment to the team if he didn't go for a tank build, because there's nobody else that's going to be able to tank that damage. But Guan Yu, Luna, and Mai already on that top side of the map, looking to cook something up here. They were trying to take the Azure Golem buff away from Danny, but they were unable to get there. He kind of farmed it very quickly. But this Guan Yu and Luna combo going up to rotate to the Dharma is very troublesome.
No invades right now from either side. Musang King looking to try and invade a little bit early on. I feel like the lockdown in general is not that great for VKS. I feel like with so much mobility for the likes of the Luna, the Mai Shiranui as well, there's not that much lockdown for VKS. They don't have anyone that can really shut them down. You know, the likes of Danny and Juan on the Shangguan and Hino. Yes, you can jump in and try and do a lot of burst damage. Yes, you can tank a lot. But the only real crowd control they have is on that Dharma, so they're really relying on Niap this game to get, as you mentioned before, Bam, with the crucial ultimates, being able to push some players on the side of LGD Gaming up against the wall.
Yeah, I want to just get back to Get's point as well, is that we would thought at this point of the game that we're going to get a bit more of a synergy by Niap and Danny, but oh, here we go. One gets first blooded onto LGD Zhong there. So again, just LGD Gaming always bringing the first blood of all these 3 games so far, Stu. It is so aggressive, and we expected nothing less from this Mai Shiranui pick.
Shangguan couldn't do anything there, unfortunately, just proving how Mai is so powerful, so much mobility, the knock-up, the pushback as well with the ultimate, even using the flash in the end as well to get that extra bit of mobility. Niap, actually on the wrong side of the map there for a second, also has to flash away in the end as well. So again, LGD Gaming, this is not as aggressive as what we've seen from them in the first 2 games, but still, in terms of the lanes, in terms of the solo kills, Jin Hong on this Mai pick, he picked it 2 times in the quarterfinals. Yes. It was completely dominated. Giving that over to LGD Gaming, I feel like it's just such a bad decision, in my opinion, for VKS in terms of draft.
It's kind of what happens, though, when you get that red side right for 3 games in a row. You can just get those 2 top picks that you want to go for. Here we are, Musang King. Oh, okay. We're going to kill onto Siang. We get that Guan Yu bully go down. It is going to be 2 kills over to VKS. This is exactly what we were hoping for. A little bit more love between the teammates, but no, there goes the shatterer of love. It is Mai Shiranui just kicking Dharma out of that safety net under that T1 turret in the clash lane.
Is he going to go in here? He's waiting. Is he going to recall? Is he going to go in? He's just going to I thought for a split second that he was going to limit test and he was actually going to go in even more there. But yeah, the setup play from Niap, you know, Niap and also One do an incredible job as a duo there, being able to get that kill into the top side. It was traded back in the end, but now we're going to try and see who's going to be able to take this big, massive Tyrants.
Yes, Tyrant battle is going on right now. Danny is already looking pretty chunky with that health as well, and they're trying to just whittle him down just before that Tyrant gets the crucial point. But there we go. We see Xiang come through as well, just pushing them all around. Double kill. Triple kill. Is there going to be a quaddy on there? It's not looking like it, as we do see that VKS, Danny, and Niap are pretty safe from that quad kill from LGD Gaming, but Tyrant and a quad, damn.
Xiang there with the perfect flank. The members of VKS were just completely caught off guard. You can see how much Guan Yu can rotate, be able to get onto the back line. That flank as well, the push potential as well. As we take a look at the replay, look at the bottom side of your screens. Guan Yu just waiting for the right moment. You can see just waiting for the next auto attack, being able to push the members of VKS into LGD Gaming means that it's so difficult for them to try and escape. Incredible work there from Xiang. You was mentioning how Guan Yu is a pick that they've been picking in Brazil region quite a lot, but now it's actually LGD Gaming that are just like, hey, we can also play the Guan Yu as well as you.
Yes, and they're playing it pretty beautifully here. Here we go. Once more, Danny getting pulled here, but we could get that Fate Rewind come through. It does save Danny, but is it going to save Niap? Oh, Niap taking down Xiong. And here we are, the final stroke. Is that going to be enough for Zhang Fei to be taken down? He is still tanky as ever. Danny is just not going to be able to commit to that one because we do see the lung comes through as well, hoping to clean up some of VKS, but it wasn't quite working the way they wanted to. But this could be the leg in a little bit too far away for the Shangguan.
Yeah, we know how strong this Dolia-Shangguan combo can be. Dolia giving the double reset over to Shangguan with the extra mobility that she can get. The untargetable ultimate as well being so huge. But you can see at the moment, right, we look at the gold difference at the bottom right now. One only has 2,500 gold, has less gold than the support over on LGD Gaming. And this is an assassin in the mid lane. We know that these assassins, they need the gold. You know, we know that VKS like to put all their gold on their farm laner, but we need Shangguan to get a little bit more gold, but they're really struggling to balance this gold at the moment for the side of VKS.
Yeah, I mean, she needs to buy a paint, she needs to buy a paint brushes, she needs that resources to do the damage as well for buying those magic damage items, as we saw there, a little bit too premature with the final stroke onto one of the teammates of LGD Gaming, so wasn't able to actually quite get up to that standard there. But here we are, we see that Zhe and Musang King going in onto One, punishing him and Maina with the double kill from overstepping, and this is the Guan Yu bully that we know. It's kind of like, you want to go back to your base? Denied. You want to go back to your base? Denied. It's just, again, just trying to turn down Danny, but he's able to faith recall there, but it's not quite going to be enough. He doesn't have that double ultimate. Dolia is
so much healing.
He's still sustaining all that damage from the LGD Gaming crew. It is still in it. What is going on?
He just took so much damage in that exchange. There were 4 players on top of Danny there, and it took them so long, but finally he was able to be taken down there as well. But you could just see the power of this high note pick, how it can be so annoying to play against. But as you mentioned, Xiang on this Guan Yu, such a power pick in this game. I feel like Xiang in general in this series has been a standout player. Main in the first game, Guan Yu in the third game as well, sorry. Just being able to go around, go for the flank, push the members of VKS into their squad, and it allows this follow-up because there's so much crowd control, there's so much AoE damage here on the side of LGD with the Luna and the Mai.
Yeah, and we're just seeing typical LGD Gaming just be able to push them into their own corner. They can just absolutely negate everything and dictate all the direction of where they want this fight to go. That is already a 2-0 trade for Musang King and the LGD Gaming team. They are down by 1 member. It is only Shangguan alive. They take the T2 in that mid lane as well. We honestly thought that they were going to try and give them a little bit of a leeway there, and we honestly thought we saw it with VKS Danny getting that Hainu pick, but it's just not the case, Stu. Higher ground turrets falling in the farm lane, falling in that mid lane. This is pure aggression.
Really, really strong here from LGD Gaming. They know the right way to engage. They know the timing. They know the aggression that they can bring out as well. Again, we've seen that early level 1 aggression early on in the previous games in this series, but this is very well thought out. This is them knowing their composition, where they need to wait for Xiang to join the fights. They need to wait for Shangfei to join the fights. And the likes of Musang King, the likes of Jinhong can actually clean up as well. Shut down again, though, for Niap. Niap is getting a few plays here in this top side, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's enough for now.
Yeah, a few plays isn't quite going to be enough there, but here we are again, just seeing the dominance from Musang King once more, and then Maisha Inouye just coming from the back there. There's just so much jumping. There's a double kill onto VKS that we missed there. JR actually showing some claim to his name, and a triple kill as well. Could we get that quad that was denied earlier from VKS? Mena already pretty low. We have two pretty stacked minion waves coming down in the mid lane and the farm lane. The Fate Rewind comes through onto the Hino. Mena is going to be here with Zhongguan, trying to just deny the crystal takedown. Zhongguan goes down. LGD Gaming are at the crystal, and here are your first finalists into the grand final. LGD Gaming with a brutal 3-0 against VKS.
A flawless run for LGD Gaming. Into the grand finals they go later on today, and they will face either the KPL Dream Team or AG Global, and they're looking to take the crown after taking the S2 Invitational just a few months ago. Incredible job here from LGD Gaming. You have to feel for VKS. I feel like coming into this tournament, they were expecting to try and get into the top 8, trying to get into the top 4. They did incredible showing yesterday against VIVO Gaming, but LGD Gaming is just a different beast that they have to try and get through.
Yes, we saw a bit of love there between Je and Danny, actually going for a hug rather than the conventional handshake, so there's clearly some already relationships being formed here between these players, and I think that's a beautiful thing about Honor of Kings. Even though it's a competitive scene, you see all these players go for breakfast, dinner together, and it's just a beautiful sight to see. And to be honest, LGD Gaming Season 2 Invitational Champions taking another victory.
And now they're
young as well. But first and foremost, let's take a look at this gold graph.
It was a different trend in this one, at least, right? Like the gold advantage did not actually start up until about the 4 minutes. That 4-minute Tyrant fight was exactly what just opened the gap. It was the way that Guan Yu comes in, rotates from behind, and gets a triple kill. The gold was equal before that. And then after that, it just opened a 2,000 gold gap.
Definitely, that Guan Yu came in with the flank with a triple kill on that 4 minutes mark. It was a huge advantage for LGD Gaming from there on. And also, Zhihong pulling out the Maisha Inouye. I mean, you just have to hand it to the man. Like, he was doing so much, also getting a lot of first blood for LGD Gaming in the very beginning.
Exactly. It's extremely painful to have to experience the Zhihong Mai first hand. It all started from this right here. First blood. Beautiful.
Like, he just wanted to fight, man. Like, since the very beginning, he just wanted just to go on, and he was not gonna wait for anyone.
And
the way that Guan Yu just came in here, man.
Yeah, Guan Yu came in here. I want to put a really, really nice detail here. He just kind of like scoop around the back and pushing VKS one by one into the Dragon Pit. In addition, they got the Tyrant and they got the ball rolling from there on.
Yep, and one thing you will need to notice later is the fact that they don't really have a lot of control besides Niap, and I think LGD took perfect advantage of this little gap in the draft as well.
Yes, also big up to Tanny, fighting 4 enemies at the same time. He did most of the heavy lifting for VKS, but in the end is inevitable for LGD to take the win here.
Yep, so one of the things you'll notice also about LGD Gaming is the fact that they always isolate Niap all alone, right? This Dharma actually was one of the big win conditions for the side of VKS. If he could get the control down, you could see there were a couple of moments that VKS capitalized on certain mistakes, right? Niap got the stun in, they got the kill as well. But late game, I mean, this is even late game. 9.5 minutes, it felt like LGD was playing this game for at least 20.
Yes, also in the very, very beginning, laning for Marco Polo was so tough. So really, JR was having a great time on the farm side. So later on in the game, I feel like Marco Polo didn't really have that damage and needed to save VKS here.
It is always very difficult just to be Marco Polo and then just stop.